So what about if you're like breastfeeding or pumping? Like, what kind of tips would you want to, or extra things that we might need to be aware of?
Oh, that's a great question. So on average, moms usually need about 500 extra calories a day while breastfeeding. So we're not in a test tube though, so everyone's a little bit different.
Absolutely.
But I think that's one of the bonuses is breastfeeding is that you do get to eat more. I think that's why I'm still nursing, because I like snacks.
Absolutely.
So
I have no excuse.
So it's good to eat a little bit more. It's not the time to go on a crazy diet.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go on a low-fat diet. You don't want to go on a low-calorie or low-carbohydrate diet. You need all those components,
Absolutely.
not just for breastfeeding, but just postpartum in general.
For healing purposes and everything. So that's really an important note. So I think for you moms at home, it is very important that you, when you are breastfeeding, you don't do the fad diets. I think that's a wonderful point that Jennifer makes, because you are going to be using a lot of that energy and nutrition for healing purposes and even breast milk production for your child. So very important. I love that tip.
Yeah, and sometimes when people lose weight a little too fast, which tends to happen with those kind of diets, usually the weight comes back and it brings friends.
So fun.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. So there's some really great things you can incorporate into your diet when you're breastfeeding. One of the best things is the omega-3 fatty acids.
Okay.
So that is a special kind of fat that's just good for us in general. It's great for heart health.
Absolutely.
But also it actually goes into mom's breast milk and helps with baby's brain and eye development.
Wow.
So, and it's found the best kind of omega-3s are naturally occurring in fish. So salmon, you can make salmon patties, which are my favorite way to eat that. But also tuna, so tuna on a salad or tuna sandwiches with crackers. Again, now you have an easy snack. That's really helpful. So for the tuna, you would want to look at the chunk light tuna.
Okay.
So because there's the more expensive albacore tuna, but that tends to be higher in mercury.
Oh,
so
good to note.
Yeah, so it's nice when the best thing is more the less expensive choice.
Right.
So doing some of that is a good idea. But also you want to have good gut health. So looking at some fermented foods or foods with probiotics.
Yes.
So most of your immune system is actually located within your gut, within your digestive tract. You can do fermented foods, so things like sauerkraut. I'm actually going to start looking at fermenting pickles.
Oh, yes.
So you can ferment all different kinds of foods, and that's a natural way to get probiotics.
Love that.
So, and then there's different dairy foods like kefir, there's yogurt. With yogurt, though, you would want to look at the back and make sure that it says live active cultures.
Yes.
And you'll actually want them to list the cultures on there. So you want to see what probiotics, what they're putting in there.
I like that idea.
Because that way you can count them. You can see they're doing a variety. So ideally you would aim between 4 and 6 different types if possible.
Nice.
So,
within one product, 4 to 6.
Within one product.
Different. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go look at my yogurt at home.
Yeah, because that's actually one of the ways that baby builds his digestive system and his immune system is through the probiotics that he gets from mom.
That's awesome.
So yeah, because the two main ways that a baby's digestive system is seeded with different bacteria is through breastfeeding and through a vaginal birth. So what you eat while you breastfeed actually helps baby's immune system develop.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And also something fun to remember when you're breastfeeding is just eating a good variety of foods with lots of different flavors. Because the flavor of what you eat comes out in the breast milk a little bit. So baby's trying something different, throughout the day, depending on what mom eats. If mom's like spicy, eat spicy. Some babies love it. Some don't care for it quite as much.
Yeah.
So, but
finding out what your child is really, what their taste buds are kind of developing as. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, and there's a theory. There's a theory they're actually a little bit less picky as they get older because they're used to lots of different flavors throughout the day.
Wow, that's amazing. I did not know that. That's a pretty fascinating tip there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jennifer, for all of your wealth of knowledge that she has given to us. I am smarter for that. I really didn't know some of those things. That was great.
Lots of trivia.
Yes, it is. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure all the moms at home appreciate it. So hope you enjoy this.